Don't be afraid to get stuff.
There is no nice hotel site.
Well, she spent several hours opening it and stuff, which I'm sure is
Nice place.
yeah, I mean, it was honestly, it was fine. I'm sure her
Five, four, three.
Hi, everyone. Okay, just a couple of items for all of you at the top. This morning, we saw proof of the strength of President Biden's economy, with GDP figures showing our economy grew 5.7% last year. That's the fastest year of economic growth in nearly 4 decades, and the first time in 20 years that we grew faster than China. This is a direct result of the president's economic strategy. We're creating good jobs for Americans, rebuilding our manufacturing, and strengthening our supply chains here at home to help make our companies more competitive. And we're rebuilding an American economy for the 21st century. Companies are investing in new manufacturing lines and factories here in the United States. With recent announcements of Intel in Ohio and GM in Michigan, we're making the future in America again. The president is going to Pittsburgh tomorrow. Some of you, I'm sure, will be joining him on that trip. And he'll be talking about how far we've come in getting our economy moving again, making more right here in America, and ensuring all workers benefit. He'll highlight the 367,000 manufacturing jobs that our economy has created since he took office, and he'll underscore the vital role the federal government can play in bringing workers and businesses together. And the president's going to call in Pittsburgh he's going to visit Pittsburgh. While he's visiting Pittsburgh, he's going to talk about our continued plans to out-innovate, outbuild, and outcompete the world with the sort of competitiveness legislation that he has long championed. Of course, we love charts, as you know here, so this is just a chart to show you all the direction of economic growth, which of course it is moving in the right direction.
Thank you so much, Donna Sparks, for your donation, your support. I really appreciate you.
Have signed up for quality, affordable health care, including more than 10 million who enrolled through healthcare.gov, the highest numbers ever produced in an open enrollment period. This is in large part thanks to the American Rescue Plan, which did more to lower costs and expand access to health care than any action since the passage of the Affordable Care Act. And everyone has until January 31st to sign up for additional coverage. With that, Darlene, why don't you kick us off?
Thank you, Jen. A couple of questions on the Supreme Court now that Justice Breyer's retirement is official.
Sure.
And one quick foreign policy one. The president just said that he intends to nominate someone by the end of February. We have seen some slippage in past White House deadlines. The Fed nominees was an example recently. So how hard and fast is the end of February deadline the president just set for announcing a nominee? Or do you see a scenario where it could slip into March?
Well, the president said he intends to nominate. So that is, it makes clear that this is a priority for him. He will obviously be spending time on it. As I think you heard him say as well, he's already been reviewing bios of potential candidates. That's something that he's been doing since last year. But beyond that, Darlene, I think the president also knows from his long history as former chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee as the vice president, when there were 2 Supreme Court nominees confirmed, that you want to pick the right person, and he takes his role seriously, including the importance of the consultation with the Senate.
Is there anything you can add on how quickly he would like to see the nominee clear the confirmation process once he names that individual?
I'm not here to set deadlines. It is clear that the president's focus is going to be, as you heard him say, on the process of selecting a nominee, someone who will be qualified, who, as I think you heard him say, who will be worthy of the decency and excellency of Justice Breyer's legacy, the president's character, experience, and integrity. And it will be a rigorous process. But that is the next step in the process. And of course, beyond that, he will be working closely with Chair Durbin, Ranking Member Grassley, and other members of the Senate Judiciary Committee to confirm the nominee as expeditiously as possible.
One more on that before the quick foreign policy question. He said at the news conference last week that he kind of underestimated the level of GOP pushback to him and his agenda. And we all think that his nominee will not be spared any pushback. So how interested is the president in a bipartisan confirmation vote for the nominee, or would he be open to a Democrats only confirmation vote?
Well, Darlene, as you heard the president say directly, he's going to work in good faith with senators of both parties. And there are historic parts of these processes that include the advice, receiving the advice, welcoming the advice from members of both parties, and that's something he certainly intends to do. As you heard him say, I expect we'll have more details on what that will look like in the coming days. And he's also grateful to the Republican members who have already indicated they plan to work with him. But I think we also should be clear about some of the games that we're already seeing indications of out there. We have not mentioned a single name. We have not put out a list. The president made very clear he has not made a selection. And there are, if anyone is saying they plan to characterize whoever he nominates after thorough consideration with both parties as radical before they know literally anything about who she is, they just obliterated their own credibility. So our intention is to not play games. The president's intention is to consult with members of both parties, and his intention is to nominate a qualified candidate who, after completing a rigorous process, who is worthy of the excellence and decency of Breyer's legacy.
And then the foreign policy question is, has the president already spoken with President Zelensky of Ukraine?
It's happening this afternoon shortly, and I expect we'll have a readout of that as soon as it happens. Sure, go ahead.
Who here at the White House is helping the president to sort of lead this search effort? Is this Ron Klain who's helping him go through this process, and would he then be the person to kind of shepherd the nominee through the Hill process as well, through meetings and such?
Sure. Well, first, the vice president will play a central role in this process, and the president intends to consult with her very closely. Obviously, she has a long history as a former attorney general, as a member of the Judiciary Committee, and he respects her opinion greatly. In addition to the Vice President, Ron Klain will, of course, play a role. Dana Remus, Cedric Richmond, Paige Herwig, who's a member of our counsel's office, and Louisa Terrell. As has been standard in the past, we would anticipate bringing in additional expertise from the outside to advise during the confirmation process. Would expect we would have that team in place prior to a selection, but that is not finalized at this point.
And now that we have heard the president speak publicly about this, I wonder if you can take us sort of back maybe a little bit in time. When did the president first learn of Justice Breyer's intent to retire, and how was he informed? If you could just explain a little bit of the backstory.
Sure. Well, first, as you heard the president say, and you've heard us say, this was Justice Breyer's decision to make on his own timeline, and through his own conditions he determined. So we aren't going to lay out more specifics from here in terms of when the president was aware. The president, I can tell you that Justice Breyer hand-delivered the letter to the president this morning that you saw released by the Supreme Court, and that was the formal notification from Justice Breyer.
And I asked you about this yesterday, just wondering if you had a chance to look into it, just confirming, is it the White House's view that the vice president does have the authority to break a tie in a Senate confirmation.
I know you asked me that. I know there is historic precedent on that front, but I will double check and see. And I'm sorry, I apologize for not getting back to you on that. Go ahead, Ed.
Just wanted to clarify one thing you said to Darlene, that he's been reviewing bios of justice potential nominees since last year. I think for those of us who covered the campaign, it may have been since the transition, no? That he's been reviewing bios?
Since the campaign, actually.
Yeah.
Since the spring of 2020, when he said that he was gonna get a short list.
I'm aware of when he made that comment, of course, but in terms of when he's been reviewing bios as president since last year. Now, he was inaugurated last year, so, but he did, as Jen just noted, make a commitment on the campaign, which you heard him say he absolutely intends to deliver on, which is to nominate the first African-American woman to the Supreme Court. Ron Klain and Dana Remus have been involved in consulting with the president and preparing bios for him, and that's something he has looked at since last year.
We've never had a president who spent 8 years reviewing judicial nominees as a vice president and 36 years reviewing every judicial nominee before the Senate when he was on the Judiciary Committee. What does he bring to this process as now president that other presidents perhaps haven't, given that experience?
Well, without comparing to past presidents, what I can tell you he brings to the role is an appreciation for the solemn importance of his responsibility as president, and a recognition of the historic role that this process plays, including the importance of selecting somebody who's eminently qualified, which he has every intention of doing, and consulting with Democrats and Republicans in the Senate. He is somebody who, and I think you heard him say this, that is why I think he wanted to convey very clearly that this will be a rigorous process, that he wants to seek a candidate who's worthy of the excellence and decency of Justice Breyer's legacy, that he will meet with potential nominees, he will study their records carefully, and he is going to take all of the...
Who do you think brushed her hair today?
What he brings to it is experience and also a recognition of the solemn importance of the role any president plays in selecting a nominee to serve in election.
She looks like a little Amish boy or something.
Jen, can you detail some of the groups that the White House or perhaps the president will be speaking to outside of the White House, or that they have already spoken to this point as he goes through the process of coming up with the best possible candidate for the court?
Sure. We will be consulting with a range of groups. Obviously, we just announced the justice's retirement today. I can get you more details on that, I expect, in the coming days as that process commences.
Presumably there's been, some of those conversations have already taken place, I imagine, in some form, right? So can you take
There
us
are
behind,
certainly
like, what does it look like getting to this place? You knew an opening could exist at some point.
Certainly, and as you know, Peter, there are a range of groups that have been preparing for the potential for a vacancy on the Supreme Court. I will just reiterate that the president's view has always been that it is up to the decision of every individual Supreme Court justice to determine when they will resign or when they will retire. And that is how he has asked all of us to conduct ourselves. But there have been a range of groups out there who have been compiling their own lists, especially given the president's commitment to nominating an African-American woman, the first.
You guys are cracking me up.
And certainly we have been consulting and will continue to consult with them about their views.
Let me follow up on the foreign policy question. I know you'll give us a readout at some point, but obviously the president goes into these calls with an expectation of what message he wants to deliver. So what is the president's message to the Ukrainian president today as we witness this continued buildup of troops along the Ukrainian border of Russians?
Well, I would view this call as part of regular engagement with the Ukrainian government. This will be the third time the president and President Zelensky have spoken in just the last few weeks since December. They'll discuss the latest diplomatic and deterrence efforts with Russia. The president will reaffirm the United States' commitment to supporting Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity, and our commitment to nothing about Ukraine without Ukraine. But this is more of a check-in call than it is a call where there is a specific announcement being delivered.
Has the White House changed its assessment? Has the Biden administration changed its assessment that a Russian invasion is imminent?
Well, I would say that we have said since last week that we have seen preparations and buildup at the border, and that an invasion could come at any time. Our assessment has not changed since that point.
And then can you just talk about, last thought on this topic, which is one of the complicating factors here is that Russia is now surrounding Ukraine from a variety of different places, right? They're not just on the east, they're on the north, they're on the south as well. They're in Belarus. So
Yeah.
can you describe how that complicates the decision-making process now, or what challenges that poses for you, and just the fact that they are now in a third country in Belarus, what message that sends to the United States?
Well, I would say there's a couple of ways we look at that, Peter. One is, as you know, we're continuing to strongly encourage U.S. citizens who are in Ukraine to depart Ukraine because we watch closely, and while we don't, and we're not predicting what President Putin may do, we certainly are watching closely the buildup of tens of thousands of troops on the border, and also the fact that we want to ensure there are ample ways for American citizens to depart Ukraine should they decide to leave Ukraine. We're certainly encouraging them to do that. The second impact, I would say, is that we're in close consultation with our European partners about their own security concerns, and certainly in close consultation with them and our NATO allies who are in the region and in surrounding countries about what security needs they have. And that is something they are watching closely. As you know, we announced just a couple of days ago that we have 8,500 troops at the ready as part of a NATO force. That would be a decision made through consultation in the NATO alliance, not by the United States, but certainly they're all watching the buildup and the movements of troops by the Russians.
The number remains 8,500, though, for us for today.
Correct. I would point you to the Department of Defense if there's any updates, but not that I am tracking any changes in that front. Go ahead.
How soon do you expect to have a short list for the president of the Supreme Court nominees?
I expect we will have a short list.
How soon? Sorry.
I can't give you an exact prediction of that. I will note, Steve, that the president has been reviewing bios, so I'm not going to define what that being the short list, but I will tell you that he has already started reviewing potential candidates.
What's your time frame for getting someone confirmed? Would you like to have it done by June, or what are you thinking?
As expeditiously as possible, Steve. But the president also notes, and I think this is important because I know there have been a range of calls out there for a timeline. His view, and this goes back to Ed's earlier question, this is a nominating someone to serve in a lifetime appointment on the Supreme Court. We want that to happen as expeditiously as possible, and we will call out games as we see them. But the president's focus is on nominating the right person. He said he intends to do that in February, and then working closely with the chairman and ranking member from there.
Do you expect him to only consider sitting judges?
Well, the president believes that sitting judges can make excellent justices, but he does not believe that is a prerequisite.
Last thing on Ukraine, Russia says it needs time to review their U.S. response to their demands and will not rush to conclusions. Is this a thawing at all, or is this a positive thing? What's your interpretation?
Well, I think as you've heard our Secretary of State and our National Security Advisor and others convey, we don't know if the Russians are playing games on diplomacy. We hope not. And our intention, we are certainly pursuing diplomacy with a level of seriousness and an intention in leaving that door open and pursuing that path should they be open to it. But they have conveyed they're reviewing what was sent to them, and that's a part of the diplomatic process. And as you heard our Secretary of State say yesterday, he anticipates he'll speak with his counterpart, Foreign Minister Lavrov, soon. Go ahead.
I noticed today David Axelrod tweeted out a series of votes for previous Supreme Court nominees that were nearly unanimous in the Senate. And the president
The glory
today,
days.
right, the president seemed to sort of lament the current sort of environment that he's operating in that in his remarks just now. Have you talked to him about that? And is there, this sort of gets to an earlier question as well a little bit, but is there a desire on his part to try to find a way to pick someone who could have the broadest possible appeal, and what's his sort of attitude about, after all these years he's pursued the presidency, he's been vice president, now this is his one opportunity to do this, and he's in this moment in Washington where that's very unlike the environment that he spent most of his career in.
That's true, and he is not naive to that, and you heard him speak about this broadly at the press conference last week as well. But I would also note that last year, President Biden won confirmation of the most judges in his first year in office of any president since President Reagan. He's won confirmation of the most lower court judges in the first year of a presidency since President Kennedy. He has nominated and confirmed more African American women to the circuit court ever in history. The number 8 that he has nominated and confirmed is more total than ever in history. So I would note that even in the environment we are living in, a divisive environment at times, where if you take voting rights, for example, where I know I've said this a lot, but it's a good example, 16 senators who have supported voting rights in the past don't support it now, we have still been able to make historic progress on moving forward judicial nominees. His intention and his focus is not on navigating out the legislative game playing. It is on selecting and nominating an eminently qualified African American woman to serve on the court. And he will work closely in good faith with Democrats and Republicans on the process to consult them in advance and then to move through the confirmation process. But that is how he's going to approach it.
And the question of whether or not that person could earn support from Republicans isn't likely to be an influencing factor as he picks among the possible qualified candidates?
Well, I don't think we should buy into that game playing, and I don't think the president believes that. You know, if you look at what the president has committed to, nominating the first African American woman, it's been over 230 years, as we know, since the Supreme Court came into being. A black woman has never served on it. And the president's view is that anyone who's saying that that's not possible or we can't find the most eminently qualified person, that's ludicrous. I mean, that's suggesting that black women should not be a part of the most important court in our nation, that there aren't black women who have distinguished themselves by rising to the top of the legal profession with the strongest credentials imaginable. There are. Many of you are reporting different lists of names of many potentially qualified candidates. So his focus is going to be on pursuing this process with rigor, with the seriousness that it warrants, and he is hopeful he will have partnership in approaching it from members of the Senate. Go ahead.
Just to put a little bit of finer point on what you just got to at the end of that. You know, there have already been conservative commentators talking a bit about why a black woman that's to commit to that is reverse racism or some kind of signaling, of virtue signaling or something like that. What do you say to people who are saying that that is, you know, an inappropriate way to set out prerequisites for who he's going to choose?
Well, first we'd say that the fact that no black woman has been nominated shows a deficiency of the past selection processes, not a lack of qualified candidates to be nominated to the Supreme Court. I'd also note, I've heard that some conservatives may be fans of President Reagan, former President Reagan, and when he nominated Sandra Day O'Connor, he said, quote, "Judge O'Connor's confirmation symbolizes the richness of opportunity that still abides in America. Opportunity that permits persons of any sex, age, or any race from every section and every walk of life to aspire and achieve in a manner never before even dreamed about in human history." I'd also note, if you look at the president's own record, not only has he nominated the highest number of black women to serve on the circuit court and the appellate court, but he has also nominated across the board the highest level of Ivy League nominees, right? He has nominated a broad sway of extremely qualified, experienced, and credentialed nominees, and done that by also making them incredibly diverse. And so the president's view is that it is long past time to have a black woman on the Supreme Court, and that it, again, reflects challenges or deficiencies in the past processes.
You know, there's also the question that you kind of got at it with the Ivy League degrees point. Is the president thinking about diversity of background? So people who maybe have worked in civil rights work or who didn't go to Harvard or Yale Law School, or another criterion, is he thinking about their age, and to what extent can you say sort of what ballpark he's looking at there?
I can't give you any specifics on the age, but I will tell you this. As a proud state school graduate myself, and the president, as you know, is not a graduate of an Ivy League school. He has also nominated judges from a range of backgrounds. I was trying to give you a sense of how qualified and the extensive credentials of the judges he has nominated to date. But as I noted earlier, I can't remember who asked the question, but he, being a judge in the past, certainly could make a great justice. That's not a prerequisite for him either. So he will look at a broad array of candidates.
Can I just ask a foreign policy question? As you prepare for the German chancellor to visit the week after next, does the administration believe Germany should stop blocking Estonia from shipping weapons to Ukraine? And doesn't Germany's position undercut the unity between the U.S. and Europeans that the administration has been talking about so much when it comes to Russia?
Well, our view is that unity does not mean identical, and that there are a range of capacities, capabilities, legal authorities that different countries have. And what is most important is being united against the bellicose rhetoric, the buildup of troops, and the potential of Russia invading a sovereign country, the sovereign country of Ukraine. And we have found Germany to be very much united with us in that effort, as we have found with other European countries.
But specifically on the Estonian weapons, do you have anything?
Again, there are a range of capacities and capabilities different countries are going to be providing. Germany has provided a range. Other countries have provided a range. What's most important is looking at the totality of how we're all working to help support Ukraine. Go ahead.
Two quick questions on the courts. First of all, the president's talking about a rigorous deliberative process. Are you confident that that can happen in the time frame that Senator Schumer is talking about, of about a 1-month confirmation process from start to finish once the announcement is made?
That's not a timeline we have set. What our focus is on and the president's focus is on, first, of course, is selecting through a rigorous process a candidate who's eminently qualified, who again is worthy of the excellency and dignity and decency of Justice Breyer's legacy. And then the president's intention, even in advance of that, of course, is to work in good faith with leaders and ranking members and chairs of both parties to move this process forward. He wants that process to move forward expeditiously, and he is certainly hopeful that everyone will come to the table in good faith. Oh, okay. That was, I care about childcare. But we are not here to set a timeline from here. Our focus is on, of course, the president nominating a highly qualified nominee, consulting with the Senate, and getting her confirmed.
But given that that's the timeline that the Senate Democrats are already talking about, is a 1-month process something the White House is comfortable with? Do you think that could work, or do you think that might rush the process?
Again, I think I spoke to what our view is. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jen. Can you explain a little bit more, first off, why the end of February deadline that the president said? Why did he commit himself to that? What is it about that timeline that appeals to him and urged him to say?
I think he was attempting to give all of you a sense of his process and how much of a priority this is for him to put forward an eminently qualified nominee.
And looking backward, before today,
Yeah.
when was the last time that the president spoke with Justice Breyer?
I'm not going to get into details of his conversations or engagements with Justice Breyer. Again, it was Justice Breyer's decision to retire, and if he wants to speak to any conversations or his process or notification process, he can certainly do that.
Can you say, I mean, have they spoken within the last couple of months? Have they spoken several times over the last year?
I appreciate your effort, but we are going to leave that to Justice Breyer to outline should he decide to.
And a question on a different note, the Biden administration has approved more oil and gas drilling in its first year than the Trump administration did. In its first year, it set a record for the largest offshore lease sale last year in the Gulf of Mexico and is now preparing several other major lease sales. Can you explain why this administration hasn't done more to curb fossil fuel production on public lands and waters? There are allies in the environmental community who say, look, there are other levers you could pull to accomplish more of this.
Well, I would first say we have an entirely different policy from the Trump administration on addressing the crisis, the climate crisis, which I'm not even sure that they acknowledged, certainly not in the same way that President Biden and our entire team has. And we've taken a range of steps, including in advocating for a historic investment in addressing the climate crisis that we are still working to move forward in Congress, but we've taken a range of additional steps beyond that. As you know, Sean, I think, and just to be on the level with everybody, a big part of that is because of court cases and legal challenges that have made it impossible for us to stop many of these leases, and that is the reasoning for it.
But I understand what you're saying on the legal challenge, but I mean, some climate activists say that there are other ways, either through reopening the environmental review process for proposed lease sales, delaying them, canceling them outright. Like there are other levers that can be pulled, even in the face of those court challenges.
Well, I would say a court challenge is a significant barrier to implementing our intended policy. And that is, of course, not consistent with our policy, keeping many of these open, but we have an obligation to, of course, abide by the law. I would note that there are also a range of steps that we have taken to address the climate crisis that go far beyond legislation and certainly beyond the challenges we have because of those posed by the court challenges, including tackling super pollutants, phasing down hydrofluorocarbons, rallying the world to focus on methane in Glasgow. This summer, we stood with auto workers and America's big car manufacturers to roll out plans to boost electric vehicles. We put America on track for 1 of every 2 cars sold to be zero emissions within the decade. You heard a lot of CEOs yesterday speak to how important addressing the climate crisis is even to their industries. That's something the president is committed to. So I don't think our approach could be any more starkly different from the approach of the former president. Go ahead.
The last count that I saw had the president getting 42 of 81 nominations confirmed, judicial nominations confirmed through the Senate. A lot of them, a good number of them had a close margin in terms of the Senate vote.
Yeah.
Is the president expecting that same kind of unity within the Democratic caucus with whomever his nominee should be, just given how difficult it's been getting unity on other portions of the agenda?
Well, again, the president, as you heard him say, hasn't made a decision. The only decision he's made is to nominate a black woman to the Supreme Court, the first in history, one who is eminently qualified, and that is his intention, and he intends to do that once he concludes a rigorous process. I would note that he has found eminently qualified nominees for judges that have been confirmed. 42, I believe, is the correct number, historic number of diverse nominees to serve in judgeships around the country. And certainly he's hopeful that when he puts that nominee forward, there'll be strong support from a range of senators.
And a quick note on student loans. I know you hit a good deal on it yesterday. Is the president worried at all about slapping, millions of student borrowers with their, monthly obligations, of hundreds or thousands of dollars toward their student loan payments, several months ahead of an election cycle, when he's then probably going to turn around to those same college-educated voters and ask them to come out and vote for Democrats in November?
Well, I think first, no one has been required to pay a single dime of federal student loans since the president took office. I'm not sure there's another time in history where that has been the case in the first year of a presidency. At the same time, our economy is seeing one of the strongest recoveries in history, and the president has also taken historic steps to provide relief and cancel. He's canceled $15 billion of student loans during his first year in office. Obviously, as we get closer to the timeline in May, we will have to make a decision about what's next. And we've obviously been clear on what we're preparing for, but the president's going to make these decisions based on what we're seeing in economic data and what we feel is certainly needed at this time in the country.
What would you say to borrowers who look at, the I think the $15 billion number was one you shared yesterday, of debt that he's canceled so far, and they say, he can cancel that debt, why can't he cancel my debt as well, if they're not in the particular groups and classes of borrowers he's canceled for?
I would say if Congress sends him a bill to cancel $10,000 in student debt, he'd be happy to sign that into law. Go ahead.
I got 2 today. Lawrence Tribe.
It's weird how they're doing the student loan stuff. I owe $42,000 in student loans, and they canceled a school similar to the school I went to, but they didn't cancel anything at my school. They're hand-picking the schools that they're clearing debt for.
Administration stands on this.
Oh, Mary just asked that question. It's okay. I'm happy to get back to you if we have a legal analysis from here.
Okay. And then on COVID, we've seen an effort from a few other countries to include a push for living a healthier lifestyle as part of its pandemic response. There's been studies indicating efforts like weight loss could help prevent some of the more serious effects of COVID-19. Why isn't the president included a push for healthier lifestyles in his COVID messaging in addition to pushing Americans to get vaccinated?
Well, First, we rely on the advice and guidance of our public health officials on how to best protect yourself from hospitalization and death from COVID. And we know that the most effective steps anyone can take are to get vaccinated, get boosted, wear a mask, and those are the steps that we're certainly focusing on. If they decide those are steps that are warranted and have a huge impact on outcomes, and they want to share those, we'd certainly echo those, but we really refer to our public health officials and experts.
So that hasn't been a advice from the public health officials that the president's been speaking to?
Again, we do briefings with our public health officials every week, multiple times a week, and I think what's most important to note is what we know is most effective, which is getting vaccinated, getting boosted, wearing a mask, and those are the components and the steps that we're really focusing our attention on encouraging. Go ahead.
Thank you, Jen, so much. I have a quick follow-up on Peter's question and
Sure.
then two more, if I may. If the United States and Ukraine are so close together, working together in close coordination, why does the White House say an invasion is imminent and Ukraine say it is not?
Well, I think I just said that our assessment is the same as it was last week, which is that we're watching, obviously, tens of thousands of troops build up at the border. We can't get in the mind of President Putin, but obviously an invasion could happen at any time. But we have not made a prediction of that. The president has not made a prediction of the timing. And again, we'll let others assess what tens of thousands of troops at the border means.
And yesterday, Ukraine and Russia sat down for the first time in a long time, along with France and Germany, without the United States, and they agreed to keep the ceasefire in eastern Ukraine and talk again in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Does the White House believe they can bring peace without the United States being involved in the talks?
Yeah, we fully support international efforts, including the Normandy format, which is what you're referring to de-escalate the situation and negotiate a diplomatic resolution to the Russian-led conflict in eastern Ukraine. We stand ready to support any sincere efforts at progress from all sides, and of course this is a positive step.
One more, Jen. Besides the crisis in Ukraine, this week alone, ISIS launched the biggest attack in Syria in years, beheaded a police officer in Iraq. In a video again, the UN chief said Afghanistan is hanging by thread. People are starving and freezing after the United States left the country. So is this what American leadership or America back look like? And can you say this is a winning foreign policy?
There was a lot racked up in that question. What is your question exactly?
I'm asking, we see things happening with ISIS that we haven't seen in years, launching big attack in Syria, in Iraq. We see people in Afghanistan hungry, starving, freezing. In the United States, I'm asking, yesterday you were asking the question, what happened the last year, after 1 year president in office, in foreign policy, and you say America is back. So my question is, just yesterday we saw so much happening in the world. Is this what American back means?
Well, ISIS has been a terrorist organization for many years through the course before President Biden took office. They've been terrorizing people for many years. That is not new as of the last year. And we have spoken out about that at every time when it has been appropriate to do exactly that. I would say the president's role over the last year, as I've talked about a bit in here, has been rebuilding our relationships around the world that have been were frayed during the prior 4 years, reminding other countries around the world that we are a reliable partner, a reliable ally, and the fact that we have had more than 100 engagements with countries around the world at a range of levels and formats as we look to the aggressive behavior of Russia speaks to that, speaks to it doesn't happen by accident. That's why we have a united front as we're looking at the potential actions of President Putin. So I think that speaks to the work the president has done over the past year. Go ahead.
A question about Brazil very quickly, my country. So the White House says Brazil is a strategic partner in the hemisphere, but so far, 1 year after in office, President Biden hasn't spoken yet with the Brazilian president. I wonder why that conversation is still, I know there is a lot of other priorities, but why just completely ignoring this conversation with Brazil? I know that Brazil is pushing to have this conversation.
Well, our Secretary of State, our chief diplomat, spoke just a few weeks ago with his counterpart about our shared priorities, including a need for a strong, united response against further Russian aggression against Ukraine. We're obviously consulting broadly across the board, and so I think that certainly is an appropriate, very high-level engagement, and when there's a call with the president, we'll let you know. Go ahead. I think we're moving on. Go ahead.
Thank you, Jen. My question is more on the human element of what's happening in Ukraine. In 2014, after Russia invaded Crimea, more than 1 million Ukrainians sought asylum in neighboring countries. Ukrainian diplomats in Europe are now saying that if Russia invades now, that there will be many, many millions more. What preparations are being made to work with the EU to alleviate this potential refugee crisis? Is the U.S. considering allowing Ukrainians to enter the country without a visa, or is it even just material support for potentially housing and feeding millions of Ukrainians who are going to be displaced?
Well, I would say, and you touched on this a little bit in your question, but since the conflict began almost 8 years ago, we have provided, there has been huge humanitarian challenges in Ukraine. Most of the needs are in the easternmost regions, of course, bordering Russia, including Donetsk and Luhansk, where fighting along active front lines have resulted in civilian deaths and injuries and damage to civilian infrastructure, including critical water supplies. That's already been happening over the past several years, and obviously COVID-19 has exacerbated that. USAID has a disaster expert in the country who's monitoring the situation closely, coordinating with other donors, assessing the evolving humanitarian needs of the Ukrainian people, and liaising with partners to determine what steps may be needed. Now, obviously, if Russia invades, that could create and exacerbate existing humanitarian needs stemming from these years of conflict. And we have, over the course of the last 8 years, provided more than $51 million to vulnerable communities across Ukraine, including nearly $141 million from USAID, food, safe drinking water, shelter, emergency health care, winterization services. And what USAID and our team on the ground will continue to do is assess what the needs are and make decisions accordingly. So I can't predict for you what that will look like. Obviously, our preference would be for a diplomatic path to avoid an invasion, but we have a long history of delivering urgent humanitarian assistance in Ukraine, and we're prepared to do that as needs warrant.
More broadly, what lessons did the president learn after the fall of Kabul, which led to its own refugee crisis? What did he, I guess, learn from what at the time was viewed as kind of a fumbled response initially to hundreds of thousands of Afghans seeking to flee the country?
As it relates to Ukraine, or just in general?
As it could potentially be applied to Ukraine.
Well, I would say ending a 20-year war that was failed, where we were spending billions and trillions of dollars every month and every year, is a very different circumstance than what we're looking at here, which is the buildup of Russian troops on a border in Ukraine. This doesn't involve U.S. troops in Ukraine, right? So very different circumstance. I would say what we're applying, I would say, let me take it in a slightly different direction. What the president has learned from his time in the foreign policy world and working on global diplomatic issues over the past several decades is that it's imperative to work closely with your partners and allies and approach it from a united front, that we need to contingency plan and have a range of options, even as we're leaving the door open to diplomacy, which is certainly always the preferred path, and I think that's what you're seeing him do now. And that as it relates to Russia, which is a very different entity, of course, than what we were dealing with in Afghanistan, that the unending ability and capacity for the country to, and the leadership, I should say, to spread misinformation, attempt to lay the predicate for an invasion is something that we have to be quite mindful of. That's a very different circumstance, but certainly he leans on and his decades of experience in foreign policy. Go ahead.
Hi. Yesterday, Senator Schatz, who chairs the Senate Indian Affairs Committee, wrote to the president asking him to commute the sentence of Leonard Peltier, a Native American activist who was convicted of murder in a very controversial trial about 4 decades ago. Is that something the president is considering or taking a look at this time?
I don't have anything to predict for you on that front.
Yeah, there is
I think we have to wrap up, everyone. Thanks so much. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks so much. Okay. Everyone have a good day. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Well, lying and crying from the White House. Oh yeah, I stuck Farquaad up there because I was trying to figure out who wore that hairstyle better. Is it Jim Psaki or Farquaad from Shrek? All right, everyone, we're going to get ready for the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we're going to see if we can figure out any live feeds for the truckers going to Ottawa in Canada. They're doing a slow roll for freedom and whatnot. I don't know. I have a variation of titles for this event. Either way, it's all for the right reasons. We're going to see if we can find some live feeds of it. But first, we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. And big shout out to Danny C. Thank you so much for your donation and your support. I really appreciate you. And thank you so much, Grey Wool, for gifting a sub on Twitch. You're awesome. XRP, I don't think Peter was in the room today. I don't know if he wasn't allowed to be in the room or what, but I don't think Peter was there today. Make sure you guys hit that like button. You guys are slacking on those likes. We had almost 700 people in here, not even 400 likes. Come on now. You gotta hit that like button. It equals more people in the chat. It's not for vanity, it's to trick the algorithm. Alright, join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, let's see if I can find some lives on these truckers. Well, we're going to leave this on for a second while I keep searching. This is supposedly live. I don't know if it's got poor signal or why it's glitching like that. Not sure. Either way, I'm going to see if we can find a live feed actually on the ground.
Have
They must be having poor weather there. All the live feeds I'm seeing are like really grainy and not good. Big shout out to whoever just bought a pink hooligan tee. You're awesome. Thank you so much for your support. Douglas, I have no idea how many times Jim Balaseki said, we're gonna have to have hooligans keep count. I'm doing too much. I'm not able to keep count of how many times she said. I bet it's over 100 every time she goes live. She's crazy. John Costello, I'm pretty sure the live on the screen is global news. John Costello, yeah, I'm pretty sure Trudeau went on TV yesterday or the day before and said that the convoy of truckers moving across the country to go to Ottawa, they're just a small portion of people who are misled by misinformation and nothing to pay attention to. So that's why they're shadow banning all these kinds of lives and stuff. They're trying to downplay it. So I'm not surprised that they're trying to refer to them as the new J6 insurrectionists. Sage Pup, I bet you're not wrong. Thanks, Genius by Birth. I'll check it out.
Standing up for what you believe in and what's right and for your freedom of choice.
Yes.
I'm really freezing right now. I've been out here for an hour.
Having our voices heard.
Yeah, having our voices heard. And, you know, it's really clear that, yeah, there's a lot more people supporting this than they want to portray on the media. I drove here from Pickering and every bridge along the highway is just filled with people, and this is all over the country. So,
amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here fighting for freedom right now.
Yes, fighting for our voices to be heard. Oh my God, history in the making, my friends. This is, look at this. It just does not end, you guys. We've had people here for the last hour, and it is still coming. I think it goes on for like 2 hours, I heard. It's amazing. It is very cold. This wind in the east is bitter, my Albertan friends. So exciting. You're holding a flag. Do you want to share with my friends on Facebook what it means for you to be here?
Be a patriot, protect your country.
Nice. I love it. He's got a great flag. Woo woo! Awesome! Yes! Woo! Yeah! Yes, may our voices be heard with every honk. So amazing! Oh man! Regardless of what happens, this is bringing together millions across Canada. Millions. There's over 500,000, 600,000 that will be at the Parliament. Never mind all of those who are supporting like you from home.
I'm not gonna say this is the Canadian Corinne. I'm just getting the vibes here.
Street in Oshawa.
What's up, Jesse?
And I know there's a lot of questionable things being portrayed on the media. I know there's some out there maybe watching that don't agree.
What's up, Papa Patriot?
There's no feeling of white.
Kendra, the U.S. did do this. The truckers went on strike over the summer here in the U.S.
Every religion, every age coming together.
It just didn't make a difference, so there's not a whole lot of talk about it.
We heard. Woo woo! Am I right? Am I right? Yes! I love your poster. Woo woo! Freedom!
Christine, I gotta go back to work at 3:30, so good to see you. Yes.
I'm glad I got to meet up with you. My friend's been here for like an hour. She's freezing. Woo!
Jeff Downhauser. No, she's not as bad as Corinne. She hasn't said my name 500 times yet, but just really excited to be here vibes.
Show me in the comments. Woo-woo!
S2 Palletwood, she doesn't know that she's on the live yet. We gotta give her time, then she'll shout us out. Or she'll try and strike my account or something.
Why are you here?
I'm fighting for my child's freedom.
Your child's freedom.
My little boy's freedom.
How does this translate to your, so just for the future? For all of our children.
All of our families, all of our friends.
Yes. Yes, I love that. Absolutely. What kind of future are we going to give our kids? One where freedom of choice.
Thanks, Genius by Birth. I'll check it out.
Here that are even.
What's up, Skulls?
That's not the point. This is about freedom of choice. Freedom to choose. Woo! Yes, coming together, all races, all religions, all age groups. Vaccinated, unvaccinated, this is freedom to choose. Woo! Send some hearts if you agree. Woo-hoo! It's freezing, so I think I'm gonna say over now. I don't want to though, it's so amazing. I want you all to be a part of this and to see. Whoops, that was a bit explicit. Didn't see that flag. But yeah. Wow. Amazing. I am in Ottawa and the convoy is making its way through Durham region. Let's get up some honks. Woo! And every overpass is full all the way through Durham region, making its way to the Parliament. History in the making. May we remain a democracy. May our freedoms be protected. Body sovereignty, freedom to choose. What kind of future do we want for our children?
What's up, Zombie Hunter?
Woo! Show me some hearts. Who's with me? Woohoo!
What's up, Agent 48? No, this isn't Corinne. This is Canada's Corinne.
The other direction that are honking on their way by. I absolutely love how this
Christine something or other.
all across the country. Millions of us. Millions of us coming together. Yes, I love the hearts. Woo-hoo! Yeah! I am literally jumping up and down, if you can't tell. I could.
Face. Yeah, they're kind of a democracy. They get a lot of free money from the government in Canada. I dated a Canadian for a few years. Learned a lot. I learned that we don't know as much about Canada as we think we do. Our media is trash. Our media and their media is trash. They pin us against each other and we don't even know it.
Have different.
Eric, they do speak French in certain parts of Canada. They're English, French speaking, kind of like we're English, Spanish speaking.
I'm reading Mary's question. What I don't agree with and what we're all fighting for, Mary, is against the.
Yeah, John. True story.
Not that this is anything new. We've all been under this tyranny, truly, it's violence against humanity and tyranny, mandating, where we don't have freedom to choose, or we don't feed our families, or we lose our jobs if we don't feel, if it's not in our, whatever it is, a religion.
Real assistant. I'm not asking this girl out. I don't want nothing to do with. We're all watching this together.
The vaccination, that they should lose their right.
I don't know. I got to be careful with all the stuff she's saying. I'm barely paying attention, and she's gonna end up getting my channel banned over nothing.
We're going down with that. Don't even get me started on and tech. And all of that that's already posted on the Government of Canada website. Woo! You lose body sovereignty, you guys. We are no longer a human race. I'm just gonna say that.
She said we're no longer a human race?
That's what this is about, Mary.
But what are we?
This is about freedom to choose.
This is how we all become toasters. It's happening.
Part of this convoy. This is freedom to choose. Throw me some hearts if you agree. Woo! Oh my God, it's cold. Woo! Do you want to share, sir, what it means for you to be here? Don't want to share? Oh my God, it just goes on and on and on, you guys. It's amazing.
No, man, it doesn't work like that.
I see some angry faces. I get it, you guys. We don't all have to agree. You don't have to be here cheering on. But I sure am. I'm big proud.
She's a lot like the Canadian Corinne. Is this what it's like when I do a flag walk? Am I just like loud and screaming into the camera and being intolerable?
We're coming together for the freedom of our voices to be heard, to remain a democracy, quite honestly. Freedom to choose.
John Costello, they're cousins. They're cousins.
Throw me some hearts if you're watching. Throw the hearts if you support our truckers. Support a movement for freedom.
Pallywood, you don't think I'm as loud as she is? Are you challenging me? The next flag walk is going to be insane. Coming out with bells and whistles.
Democracy. Throw me some hearts. Woo! Hi, Twyla.
I'm lying. I was shaking my ass that one day. I had to twerk for freedom. I was called out by only Mr. Bill. He's always twerking for freedom, and I told him I would, and I got called out, and you know, it happened. It happened. Gotta twerk for freedom.
So exciting. Oh my God. Overpass after overpass. Full, you guys. Yes. Hi, Shanda. Thank you so much. I'm with you too. This was a long time coming. Yes, light will break the darkness. Amen to that, Twyla. Yes, love is stronger than hate. Love does not hate. We are all standing across Canada in unity. Woo! Let's see if we can get a honk from this trucker.
Zombie Hunter, you're driving a truck right now. We actually have a lot of hooligans that are truck drivers and stuff, which is why I really want to start turning the audio from my lives into podcasts and stuff to help out all of our trucker hooligans, and everybody's got long trips and stuff. Give them something to listen to and keep them entertained and whatnot. And appreciate all you guys.
Raising them up higher and higher. The light.
Russell, I need a mafia girlfriend. She's got to be real mafia, though. You know, they got to be real mafia. I don't need a bodyguard. I'm the king hooligan. They know. They can tell by the expression on my face. You guys love Corinne.
Up in the sky. Oh yeah, that totally is a drone.
David, you got dibs on woohoo girl. Her name is Christine. It says it right below where you see me on the screen. I feel like I can always tell Canadians because of their teeth. Their teeth remind me of like people from Britain and stuff like that. I mean, it's probably not all of them, just the ones I've seen. I don't know.
Oh my God, no matter what the outcome, the way that this country...
Lion, I wish mosquitoes actually love me. I'll be covered in mosquito spray and they will bite me and die and just stand there on my skin as a skeleton for a warning to others. They will kamikaze to eat me. Mosquitoes love me. Something about sucking on me, I guess.
Are supporting us Canadians. Yes.
John Costello, the Irish Mafia.
Yes, making us proud again. Can't we all feel it, you guys?
Yeah, I appreciate you, Zombie Hunter. You make sure you drive safe.
Canadian pride that's coming to us through each and every one of our hearts is, cringy.
What's up, Snooks?
Coming together like this is just, it's so uplifting. It is so overwhelming. Oh, we've been so emotional the last few days with this. It's been amazing, amazing. Here comes some more. It's just never ending. On the way to Ottawa. Yes. Woo!
Still, dude, David's got that maple syrup, mama. He's about it. He called dibs. You gotta go ask her out in front of all of us now.
Look at all this love. Yes.
Oh, Callahan, I need an Irish woman. Prove it. I don't want to really outline what their goal is because I don't have a firm understanding. Basically, as far as I can tell, it's like civil disobedience. Make things inconvenient and, slow down imports and stuff like that by doing a slow roll. They did the same thing here. It didn't gain any traction. There was no coverage of it. It didn't really cause any problems other than slow traffic. It wasn't like this. It wasn't like this at all. There was a lot of people excited, but it wasn't like people outside on overpasses like screaming and cheering truckers on. It wasn't really like that. And in the end, it didn't do anything. It was kind of like a bunch of publicity. This one being a larger scale, hopefully it makes a difference, but I mean, in all reality, it's kind of like protesting or doing a rally. It's more about raising awareness than actually getting results. I mean, like we've seen here in America, protesting, screaming, crying, pissing and moaning and stuff like that. It works in certain ways, like if you have violence and stuff like Antifa, right? They do lots of violent acts and then they get what they want. But then you see patriots out here behaving like these guys, being peaceful, supporting each other and stuff. Never results in anything. The government doesn't care about that. So I don't know exactly what their goals are. But they're spreading awareness and, trying to gain support and stuff for standing up for our freedoms, and in this case, for their freedoms. I'm not even allowed in Canada. They don't want me to be there. They don't like me for some reason. I don't know. It's trash.
Ever. But I just want everybody to have a chance to see this, to come on and see all of the amazing support. Every overpass full through the city as their truckers are making their way through and those supporting them. Amazing, yes.
Thank you so much, Genius by Birth, for your donation, your support. I really appreciate you. They're going to surround the parliament until they lift mandates, and then they're heading to D.C. Sounds like a plan.
This is better than a concert. So exciting. Yes, we're here to support.
Kevin, you can't leave Canada. Yeah, I thought I was going to be able to go to Canada because I don't have any felonies, but you got to consider the difference in crimes. I have a disorderly charge for being too loud. Well, that's not exactly what happened, but it's kind of what happened. Got a disorderly charge. It's like a ticket here in Canada. It's a 10-year felony. And so when I tried to cross over, they stopped me. I was detained by customs for a couple hours. They searched my car. They searched me. Wouldn't let me. They refused me to ever attempt to enter Canada again. Made me sign a paper. And then when I came back to the U.S., they detained me for a couple hours and stripped me down too. It was a good time. Not really, but
Oh, amazing. Hello, Chris. Hello.
Those people at the customs, they're not only armed and ready for war, but they're nice and gentle.
So exciting, my friends. Look at us all. Yes. Love back to you, Chris. May we stand united. May our voices be
Yeah, Kevin, it's all good until you lose the fight, and then it's not good.
Bringing us all together.
David, no, there wasn't no intimate touching when I was detained in Canada or on the U.S. side. There was no intimate touching. I didn't qualify, and I couldn't afford their fee.
There are millions around the world that are also supporting us.
Yeah, golf and guns. I've heard that it depends where you cross into Canada, that some border crossings are a little bit more lenient than others. I tried to go through Detroit through the Windsor Wind Tunnel. They were like, no.
Ooh, that truck had an amazing musical horn. It was like a big semi. It was like musical. It was amazing. I was like, yes, freedom of choice, Linda.
She hate that when you do an ugly laugh. She was like, woo, ha. Bust an ugly laugh out. It just happens. It happens. Just slip out there.
Woohoo! Yes. May we continue to join.
Kevin, they gave you a $175 room and fed you. Not me. They threw all my crap out onto the ground around my car. It was my Buick and then a circle of trash around the Buick. There was just everything I owned laying outside. They were like, pick your stuff up and go back to America, you dusty American. I farted out the red, white, and blue and got out of there.
All hope cannot be lost. Look how many of us there are around this country, around.
John Costello, when it gets warm, just swim across. I can't imagine that water outside of Detroit is that clean. I mean, that might be stereotyping. I don't know how safe it is. You heard about the water in Flint. I don't know. James Barber at the Pentagon is live. They already started the briefing though, right? I don't like to go into that stuff halfway through. That's what she said.
Samantha, love back to you. This is a history in.
Oh, Kevin, that makes more sense. You actually got incarcerated. Okay. No, that's not a good time. I wonder what it'd be like to get incarcerated in Canada. You're like the only American in the jail system. You're trying to blend in. You're like, may I have some maple syrup, eh? They're like, you dusty American, I see you.
I know we don't.
What's up, Jersey Devil?
Those angry faces, but I am not here in division. I come in love and in unity and in freedom and democracy. Show me some hearts, people. Yes. Woo! Woo!
She is very Corinne-like.
To choose. Who could be angry about that?
John Costello, you got a plan there. Get the paddle boat out. We got some of those over here in West Michigan. Just drive it over, hop in the lake. It'll be good to go. Who wants to go to Canada with me? Hop in the paddle boat. I'm taking the hooligans with me.
It's okay, haters. We love you.
Yeah, Kevin, you gotta show them. You gotta teach them so they know better. Can't lock Americans up. No way.
Woo! I stand for unity, I stand for freedom, I stand for democracy. How could we hate that? I don't know, but I send
You guys are cracking me up in the chat.
freedom to choose, everyone. Yes. Woo! Loving vibes.
Bones Mama, they said they were staying until they get a seat at the table. I heard it all ends on Saturday. This Saturday they'll be in Ottawa, and that's the destination, and that's that. I could be misinformed though. I'm just telling you what I heard.
Love conquers. We all know that. The light is gonna win. Look at everybody with their.
Thank you so much, Kevin, for continuing the membership program for 14 months. She's not drunk, she's Canadian. You're officially a hooligan.
Yes. So amazing. Amazing, everybody. Yes, I am in Oshawa, one of the many overpasses through Durham region, supporting togetherness, supporting freedom, supporting democracy, sending love out to all the haters, all the angry faces. I love you. I'm here supporting unity, freedom.
I totally thought I would get that when I first started streaming on Facebook. I figured all the liberals would show up and angry face in my live, but nope. Hardly anybody shows up on Facebook for some reason. I think all the conservatives left, and that's why.
Bringing back the hope in the hearts of all of us proud Canadians across the country. Woo-hoo! I love all the hearts. I love it. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you for celebrating in this with me. Yes. Woo! There they go. Woo-hoo! Yeah! May our voices be heard. Woo! And may this be a peaceful stance. May this bring more and more unity and hope for hearts, togetherness.
Debacles. They play hockey in prison in Canada? No, they must have some rigged stuff. I'm gonna have to look that up. I mean, we got basketball in American prisons. It's kind of the same.
What kind of country do we want them to grow up in? Freedom to choose, everybody. Body sovereignty.
Golfing guns. She wants beads. Say Mardi Gras. Say Mardi Gras now. Fabergé, you might be onto something. It could be. It could be.
Woo! What's that? Oh my God! Look! These are what?
I don't know if YouTube took their boot off my subscribe button or what, but big shout to everyone subscribing today. It's weird. 4 or 5 days with people nonstop unsubscribing, and now here we are. The numbers are going back up. I think it's because I called YouTube out yesterday for taking away my likes. They were trying to blame you guys. They were like, if your viewers' likes are going away, it's because their broadband sucks. It's because the devices they use, they suck. It's their fault. You tell your viewers to get the new iPhone and $300 internet so when they watch your lives, their likes don't disappear. Sorry, YouTube, that's not how it works.
And to see what is
Got caught in the act.
how we are all coming together from all across the country. Okay, I'm headed to warm up. My fingers are literally gonna fall off. I'm sending so much love to, gosh, just this country, to every single person, no matter where you stand, no matter what you stand for, haters, supporters, vaccinated, unvaccinated, every race, age, sending everybody love. And may this be peaceful. May this continue to bring unity to us all through each of our hearts, our patriotism. Yeah, and may we remain free over our own choice to choose, right? Freedom. I love you all. Oh, Canada. We shall see what happens, but yes, wishing you all love. Peace out, my friend.
Alright, just a second. I think I found a live from somebody that's a part of the convoy, like actually in a truck. I don't know if there's audio yet or not, but just give me a second. I don't know how entertaining this is going to be, but we'll keep it on the screen until I find another one.
complete chaos.
It's really hard to find live feeds because there's so many people streaming stuff related to this, but not this. There's people live streaming like their Zella call or whatever that stuff's called, Zell. Or like the Facebook page. Or like people restreaming people who are restreaming of people that are already restreaming. Half the stuff's not the source.
Anybody in here hear me? Not yet.
We'll give it a little bit. If we don't find anything real entertaining, we'll wrap this live up, and we'll probably be going live a little bit later. More stuff that we come across. Thanks for being here, Ethel. I appreciate you. Ashley, yeah, they're cutting all the live feeds that are connected to the convoy. I was watching a feed earlier that got cut like midstream. YouTube took it down. Bones Mama, you're about to head to Kalamazoo. You be safe out there. I don't know how it is now, but when I was younger, Kalamazoo was kind of rough. There's a reason they call it the zoo.
Go truckers, go!
I don't know why, but the Canadian flag is triggering me. It's triggering me. It just feels like anti-American stuff. It's not. It's not. It's totally not. They're totally supporting their country. It's just triggering me, and I don't know why.
We are rolling smooth in 401 now. Convoy.
Stephen M. They're coming to get me. The Mounties are better than our USA cops. Do they carry pew-pews? Do the Mounties? I think the regular officers do. Yeah, Jersey Devil, I gotta keep reminding myself. Keep it at the forefront. They're just Canadians supporting Canada. It's nothing malicious. What's up, Hydrodynamic? We're watching the Canadian convoy that's traveling across Canada. They're doing a slow roll. All the truckers are protesting the jab mandates. Hey, thanks for being here, Ty.
We are rolling in 401 safe. Everything going smooth.
Waiting to get on the 401. I should join you from Windsor. They paused Peterson about 10 minutes ago. Eastbound from Liverpool looks pretty clear. Woohoo! Let's go, truckers!
Oh yeah! Let's go, truckers!
What's up, Deputy Dog?
Patiently waiting.
It's a really proud moment. We all united.
The convoy at Highway 401 heading east. Elon Musk actually tweeted, Canadian truckers rock. That's a big deal.
Thank you, brother. We are heading to Keel Street, 401 and Keel. Everything going smooth.
Hydrodynamic is trigger crazy there. I mean, I don't know if he's a part of the convoy, but he's in Canada. We're going to have to send him out. He's going to be the camera guy for the next week.
Wondering about Windsor or the Niagara one. Just wondering for a time here. Thanks so much, you guys.
Niagara Convoy should be well past you. Kingston, I believe, is at the airport, and Vaughan is headed east, going up through Scarborough.
அப்படியே நான் கொஞ்சம் யோசிச்சு பார்க்கிறேன், மொத்தம் எத்தனை பார்ட்டிசிபென்ட்ஸ் இருக்காங்க, எவ்வளோ இன்வால்வ்.
Somebody just answered me about heading through Brackville. Is it a Facebook page or is it an actual webpage?
I can't tell if this guy's got like a Spanish accent or a Middle Eastern accent. I don't have my TV loud enough.
We are coming close to Keel Overpass. We see a lot of supporters over there. Wow, it's amazing.
This is stretching pretty far. We just broke into Pickering right now. The White's Bridge Road. White's Bridge. And it is just bad.
Taylor, no, I can't translate. Not Middle Eastern. Certain things I can kind of tell. I blew all the hooligans' marbles back when I was speaking Korean. One of those Trump rallies, we had some Korean viewers show up in Twitch. And I said something to them in Korean, and the whole Discord lost their marbles. I had to spend like 2 hours helping them find all their marbles because they lost them.
Wow! What a crowd! Amazing support! Freedom! Freedom! Freedom!
Oh, this must be the overpass we were looking at the beginning.
Love you guys! Woo! 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 இதுக்கு மேல என்ன வேணும் வாழ்க்கையில? இதுக்கு மேல என்ன வேணும்? ஒண்ணு சேர்ந்துட்டாங்கயா, அவ்வளவுதான். மனுஷனை எவ்வளவு காலத்துல கட்டி வச்சிருப்பீங்க? கண்டிப்பா இந்த குளிர்ல நிக்கணும்னா
Debacles, you want to rent a U-Haul to go join them? You should do it up. Put a hooligan banner on the side. Let them know.
It's a really proud moment for Canadians. History. We are making history. The world is watching us. We are united. A big hope for Canada. Thank you guys for all your love and support. Thank you.
Saskatchewan has lifted a mandate for isolation.
We are passing Yorkdale Mall. We are passing Yorkdale Mall. Everything going smooth. Close again.
Somebody just say Elon Musk defeated Canadian truckers rock. That's huge.
Hey, ஒருத்தன் தான் போறோம், முன்னாடி எவனையும் காணோம்.
Yes, sir.
நம்ம எங்க பேபியல் இருக்கோமா? பேபி. ஹலோ.
It looks like they're cruising now. They don't look like a slow roll to me. Jack Stella, no, I missed it. I don't have the volume very loud because I don't want it to bleed into my microphone.
ஒரு வண்டி தான் போகுது. ஆனா எனக்கு தெரியல.
There's somebody restreaming Portland Andy's whole stream. That's one way to do it, I guess.
ஆமா. நம்ம பிளான் பண்ணி ஃபிஸ்டே பண்ணிருந்தாங்க.
Big Wheels, no, my Instagram was stolen. I had got a message from my sister asking to help her do something with her Facebook, and I was sending messages back and forth, and all of a sudden I got kicked out of my Instagram. And when I tried to go back, all my stuff had been changed, and I found out that my sister's account had been hacked, and they used her account to get to me, hacked my account, and changed everything, and my Instagram's gone. Facebook and Instagram, they will not help me get it back. 20,000 followers gone. So I got a new Instagram now, but I haven't even posted anything on it because what's the point? If it gets jacked, no one's gonna help me get it back. So
இது எங்கல எந்தரல்ல அது எங்க ஆமா அது எங்க
I just seen Portland Andy's chat. His chat is full of hooligans. I know almost all the names in his chat.
Faraz, are you there, man?
What's up, Lioness? This convoy is truckers in Canada going across the country to meet in Ottawa. They're trying to do a slow roll. It's in protest of the mandates. And yeah, that's pretty much what's going on.
Wondering, are you taking the express or the collectors?
Freedom First, it was. It was an insurrection on my Instagram account. That's what happened.
Not the collectors. They're taking the express. There's a massive accidents, plural, in Whitby. Drive carefully, people. There's a PI in Whitby.
Wow, Jersey Devil, that's crazy.
And the collectors.
What's up, Katie? Yeah, Kelly, the hooligans love Corinne. I wonder if she even knows. Kyle, the truckers issued a list of demands. Well, hopefully it works out for them. They try to do the same thing here. It didn't equal anything. Half the people don't even know that it happened here. Jeez, this guy's not even in a truck. I just assumed he was in a truck. He's just a part of the deal. Oh, don't say that, John Costello. You know that's not true. Out here spreading that blasphemy. You know what's really interesting about Canada is you can buy Canadian flags and you can buy American flags, but here in America you can only get American flags. If you go to Walmart and stuff, there is no Canadian flags there. It was like something really weird that I learned a few years ago. Just like I also heard that most places where you see a Canadian flag, like state buildings and stuff like that, you'll see Canadian flags, but then you'll also see an American flag. And then here in America, you only see American flags. You don't ever see flags of another country unless it's like an embassy or something like that. Debacles, I don't even remember a Julie. Must have been a minute ago. Who is the other one? Des Media. You guys wouldn't leave me alone for the longest time about Des Media. Julie Corinne is in one of those big wheels. Could be. I don't know. I really doubt they would let Corinne into Canada, but maybe they would. She seems like a person that's got felonies to me, but, you know, I could be totally wrong. John Costello, that's interesting. I haven't heard that.
Is there any way that once we get past St. Oshawa that the heat truck can slow down a bit so that the rest of us will catch up?
We are coming. When we're gonna get it? What are they? We are now coming to Donville's overpass. We can see a lot of supporters over there in the overpass.
See what you're saying there, Adam. See what you're saying. For everyone asking where this is, the location is below me on the screen. I don't know specifically where in Canada they are. I just know that they're in Canada. I'm not sure what this guy has in his hand. He has some black device in his hand. I keep thinking it's a pew pew, and it triggers me because I can't show pew pews on YouTube, but then I remember where they are, and it's probably not a pew pew.
Thank you so much for coming all the way just after our freedom.
Yeah, Face, I'm pretty sure it was. Pretty sure that overpass that had all the people on it. I think that's like a central location. That seems to be the hot spot.
We are going to pass Victoria Park. Victoria Park.
Panic attack. Yeah, I think we're gonna be busy Saturday. There's supposed to be some sort of support rally or something for this going on in Washington State, I think. So we'll be covering that. It's supposed to be at noon their time, which is like, I don't know, 3 o'clock our time or something like that. We'll be covering that. And then at night, I want to say like 8 o'clock at night, we'll be covering the Trump rally going on. I almost want to say it's in Texas. I'm not sure. I'll have to check the schedule. But there's a rally going on. So I think all day Saturday we're going to be in live. For anybody who wants to watch the Trump rally, we do not show it on YouTube. It's against their community guidelines. They hate Trump and everything he has to talk about. So we don't ever show Trump rallies on YouTube. So make sure you definitely join one of the alternative platforms. I suggest you join Odyssey. Odyssey supports creators better than any other platform. So if you'd like to watch the Trump rally with us, definitely go join Odyssey, Twitch, Rumble, or Facebook. Freedom Matters. What is the... Wait a minute. What is the Convoy... What'd you say? Come on, YouTube, stop being stupid. Convoy theme song. What is the Convoy theme song? Is that an actual song?
We are crossing water now, and we are heading to Brinkley Overpass.
Hydrodynamic. There's a Save America rally tonight in Georgia. I have not heard that. Hold on, I gotta look it up.
Thank you, truckers. Keep on trucking, keep on rolling. We support you.
Huh?
Hydrodynamic. I'm not seeing it. I'll check Right Side Broadcasting's schedule. Maybe I can figure it out. Freedom First, yeah. I'll check out Right Side Broadcasting and see what they have on the schedule. I didn't know that there was a rally today in Georgia. Kevin, they broke the world record for the longest convoy. I believe it. They're out there getting it. Cindy, somebody just wrote a song for this convoy. I'd play it, but I don't want copyright strikes. I'll have to check it out though, just to hear it. Bipolar Bear, no, I have not seen that. If you're on the Discord, you should DM it to me. I'll check it out. Freedom Matters Act. It's based on a true story. It's neat. Oh, Steven, I see. Thanks for updating me there. Jersey Devil, it's your birthday? Well, happy birthday. How old are you now, hooligan? What's up, LJ? $63. Well, happy birthday to you. I hope today's awesome. Maybe we'll have a riot or a protest later, just in your honor. Somebody call Portland. We're gonna need a riot stat. It's Jersey Devil's birthday.
We are just crossing Markham, 401 and Markham.
Yeah, I appreciate you being with us, Robert. Newton, yesterday was your birthday? Well, happy late birthday. You should have said something. I'm pretty sure you were in the chat yesterday. Jay Johnson, when's the next flag wave? I'm pretty much just waiting for the snow to melt. It's not a lot going on in the wintertime, and I mean, I like taking my flag for a walk, but it means a lot more when there's people out and about to see it happening. The whole point is to, you know, raise hope and show support and stuff, and if nobody's around to, you know, see you going on a flag march or whatever, it's not really a point to doing it. So I'm just waiting for the snow to melt. That, and they don't plow the sidewalks or anything here, so I'd be walking in the street with all these people that don't know how to drive, end up getting killed on the live stream. May be entertaining for you, not that entertaining for me. Jay Johnson, are you nearby? I know there's a couple people that have contacted me about joining the next flag march. I'm gonna try and be a little bit more open, I guess, about when the flag marches are, so it's more inviting for people to join us and stuff. V7, don't get me started. Okay, don't get me started. I'm an entrepreneur. I love new ideas like that. Come out with some hooligan cereal. I'll do it. I'll make an ad and everything. Thank you so much, LJ, for your very generous donation. I really appreciate you and all your support. Thank you so much for being here. Philip, your birthday's February 2nd. Well, you make sure you come to the live and wish you guys a happy birthday. We'll drink a beer and whatnot. Actually, we'll crack a beer here in a second for Jersey Devil. Just give me a moment. Kathy, you saw a man jogging in your neighborhood with a flag a few months back. That's awesome. That's awesome. Taking your flag for a walk is like one of the most American things you could do that really doesn't take that much effort at all, but it's good. It's good for you. It's good for your soul. It's good for the people that see you. It's definitely worth doing. I encourage everyone to take their flag for a walk. It's awesome. Man, if I'm in an accident, do we contact Corinne first or an ambulance? I don't even know what to say back. You don't do anything. You let me go in peace, okay? You guys tell a bunch of terrible jokes as I fade to black, fade to darkness. You just tell inappropriate jokes about me, just hovering over my body. John Costello, all the hooligans got to be in the ad, though? Absolutely. Have everybody stand there with a hooligan box of cereal. Getting it. Jay Johnson, no more snowmobiling for you. It's been a long time since I've been snowmobiling. I'd probably kick the bucket if I got on one of those. I almost did the last time we were racing traffic. Well, never mind. Just never mind. Tam, you take your flag to the beach. It's a good place for it. Get them bars and stars out there. I was actually thinking about next time I go to Ludington to take a short video for you guys, because we walked the break wall and I showed you guys the beach and stuff, but you should see what it looks like in the wintertime. It's completely different. I was actually just talking to someone a couple days ago about it. I might go ahead and do that just to give you guys a peek of Michigan during the winter wasteland months. Well, Kyle, if you decide to take that walk, may God be with you. I know that you would probably get a negative reaction in that area.
Now supporting the truck drivers. On Monday they did a concert. Today they're behind us. Let's keep it going, guys.
Red Surge, take your flag to work day. That's absolutely. Just take your flag with you. Can they tell you to leave it at home? That's anti-American. O'Callahan, we'll just have to green screen you in.
Head office was not pleased with the way they handled that.
Nah, man, I don't know if we're going to be doing that. Not in the wintertime. Maybe to stay warm. Twerking for survival. Alright, it's beer 30 in honor of Jersey Devil's birthday, so give me a second here.
I can't confirm that to Mark. Florida has read an article from their corporate saying that yes, they do support the truck rally. I mean, it's getting so big that it doesn't matter who you are, you're gonna have to support it. This is our life. This is our
Contractors go. Thank you, instructors.
Well, Scott, you're always welcome to come and do a flag march with me. Always. All the hooligans are always welcome to come march with me. I know you're a bunch of hooligans. I don't want you causing no problems, but you're always welcome to come and take your flag for a walk with me. Actually, I don't know if it was the last flag walk or the one before. We actually had a lady stop and walk with us for a couple blocks. It caught me off guard. I don't know. She seemed friendly, but she knew a lot about what was going on. I'm pretty sure she's a hooligan from Holland, which is like a couple hours south of me. Cheers, hooligans, and happy birthday, Jersey Devil. Scott, a mass hooligan flag march would be awesome. I agree. They'd be like, look at all these hooligans out here causing erections. Getting it. Trying to hear what this kid is saying on the intercom. I think it was supposed to be something heartfelt. I couldn't really hear it though. Tam Tam over in Oregon. I wonder how many people would spot me if I ever went to Oregon. I'd like to go visit the West Coast just to see all the hooligans and stuff. Maybe one day. John Costello, Holland. There's a Holland, Michigan. I think you're thinking of Dutch or something. Holland's only an hour and a half south of me. All right, Scott, that sounds good. I'm not far from Lansing. Lansing, Holland, Benton Harbor. I'm familiar with. That's like my area. You let me know when you're in town. We'll go for a flag march.
I just want to thank all these truckers for being the ones that actually have the backbone to stand up for our country and say, look, enough is enough. We're done with you, buddy.
Hydrodynamic Eddie Black caught the plague. It's no bueno. Hopefully he gets better soon. Jay Johnson, you're in Kalkaska? All right. Well, we'll have to get together for a flag march. I'll set a date or something. Once the snow melts, we'll go for a flag march and see how everything goes. And if everything goes smoothly, then I'll set up a date and we can all gather at somewhere public, the beach or something like that, and get everything all set and planned out and head out. It'll be awesome. Thank you so much, 69 a drummer. I really appreciate the donation and the support. Thank you for being here. You don't have to drink a beer with us. You can drink a Pepsi or a cup of coffee, some tea. You can smoke a blunt or hit the bong or hit the bowl or whatever you need to do. Just cheers or cheers.
What part of the world wanted to get back? With the Oshawa. Thank you, truckers.
Scott Western, you'd recognize me instantly in Oregon. I wonder how many people would. If you catch me on the West Coast, you're going to have to be like Kyle. You got to say, friend, from down the street, because I see you walking up on me. I'm going to be suspicious. I'm in enemy territory. You got to flash your hooligan tattoo so I know you're cool.
We are crossing White's Road.
Good job, guys. Keep it up.
Brittany MW, Jeff's closer to Canada. Yeah, I am 6 hours away from Canada. I'm closer to Canada than most.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the plan. I'm definitely going to Ottawa, but what's the plan? We stop it.
Alright, 69 a drummer. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, you guys would have to show me the sights if I go out to the West Coast. I don't know anybody out there, just you hooligans.
Meetups in Kingston. I mean, it depends on you where you're gonna go, where we're gonna go, but there's tons of people.
John Costello, you're in Chicago. That's not that far from me. That's 4 hours. We'll wait for you.
It's gonna be hard to get in and out. Okay, so what are we thinking here? We're gonna just drive straight to Kingston and then we'll meet up there?
Kevin, I'm an honorary Canadian now. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, I'm just headed, I'm gonna head to Kingston.
Rain, you gonna come out for a flag march?
Earlier on this channel,
I appreciate you, Jonathan. There's a lot of hooligans out on the West Coast. We'll make a big deal about it. Well, I'll have to come out there and visit. We'll all get together. We'll do our own protesting and stuff. We'll have a good time.
Water and all types of supplies for you guys to pick up. So I know you all come
We're getting close to it. We're getting close to it.
Williams, you're only 25 minutes from the bridge. You got me. You beat me to it. It'd be weird living in Detroit or like Mackinac or somewhere where you can see Canada, but you can't go there. That'd be weird. The craving's too much. I don't like being told no. I don't like it. John Costello, it sounds like a plan. Go for a flag walk and then pop off some freedom seeds. Let freedom ring out. Heck yeah, make a day of it.
I want to say thank you to the truckers and everybody's been a part of this, and also thank you to the gentleman through the live stream on TV Productions on YouTube. I just watched it. It's awesome to keep up, but thank you.
Dig Dug, I don't fish. I don't go fishing, but lots of people do. Fishing's a big deal up here where I live. Lots of people go fishing. I appreciate you, Salty Ragu. Honestly, I would not be able to freestyle. I tried the other day, and the latency from me talking and you guys actually hearing it doesn't synchronize with the music that you guys hear in the background. There's actually no way for me to freestyle unless I was to play music in the room and just pick it all up through the mic, and it would sound like crap. So I know I made some promises that eventually we'll kick a hooligan freestyle, but I couldn't even do it today if I had to.
Jackson, that's me.
Williams, you are more than welcome to come march with us. What's up, Secretary's dad? Thanks for being here. Sky Zingler, I don't think I have like actual bumper stickers, like the long why is my brain not working? The long rectangle stickers. I don't have anything like that, but I think there is stickers on the merch store. If there's not, I will make some up tonight because the merch store did some weird stuff and took my listings down. I'll make some tonight because the stickers turned out awesome. I ordered some a couple months ago, but that's the closest thing I have to actual bumper stickers. Nina, that is a great idea for a shirt. I'm gonna write that down. Thank you.
My sister-in-law's sign said, "Truck for go." Yeah.
Thanks to the truckers for their bravery and their time, prayers, and safe travels. So proud to be a Canadian today. We got this, people. Just booked a day from the lead from Toronto. We're going to exit at Port Hope at exit 464, the north side. Port Hope exit 464, north side.
Yeah, man, I'm terrible about that. I'll be talking to people and then all of a sudden I'll just draw a blank and I'm like mid-sentence I'm like, come on brain, come on brain, come on brain, oh yeah, and then finish the sentence. I'm like Rain Man almost. What's up, Trigger Crazy? We were trying to figure out which truck you were riding in. We need you to go out there and do some camera work for us. Show us the Convoy side of Canada. Kevin just got word that the convoy made it past the RCMP blockade. What is the blockade? I don't know what the RCMP is. Did the police or something create a blockade, or is it anti-pro? There's probably not counter-protesters. I don't know how Canada works.
Justin Trudeau is quarantining. What a coward. He's such a loser. He's not a winner. Go truckers. Oh my God, that's awesome.
I'm me. hooligan again. We might do that.
Of the convoy is. We're at the Simcoe overpass in Oshawa. I've been here for 3 hours. It's very cold.
Keep it slow rolling, guys. Slow roll.
Trudeau thinks that he's going to outweigh you guys.
O'Callahan, that would be so awesome to hear a hooligan shout out over the CB radio. I'm still waiting on like Trump to shout us out and stuff. We've been doing this a long time. Or even like spot somebody on the live with a hooligan shirt. I'm waiting for it. It'll come. We do this long enough, we'll start seeing it. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Thank you, Jonathan, for clearing that up for me. Wait a minute. How is there Royal Police? Does that have to do with the Queen and stuff out in the UK or whatever? Because Canada's like connected to Britain still somehow or whatever, right? Like we broke off from the British and they didn't. So how did they have royal police? That's weird. Sure, crazy. I'm not that familiar with Canada. You're in Calgary. I've heard of that. Are you not near the convoy?
Off the flag, but when it gets out on the side, in case it can't see nothing.
Oh, okay, I see what you guys are saying. So Canada is still connected to the Queen and all of that. I know some things. I don't know as much as I probably should, but thank you guys for filling in the blanks for me. I appreciate all of you. Newton VS. They're basically Mounties. A bunch of hard asses. You live 2 hours from the border. Yeah. I've never seen Mounties in real life. I was surprised when I was at a stop by customs and the Canadian customs people that trashed my car were armed. I don't know why I was so surprised. I was like, holy crap, you guys know what ARs are? That's awesome. I don't know. Just an ignorant American. Don't mind me. Indigo, I doubt Trump watches our live streams. I don't know. We should send him a hooligan shirt just in case, though. Just in case. Jay Johnson, yeah. Me too. It's really weird to like go live and interact with so many people and stuff and then go to a really small town like Ludington and just walk through Walmart and like hardly anybody even knows what I do. I went to school in Ludington, so I know a lot of people there. And they just see me and they're like, "Hey, how's it going? Where you working now?" Like it's so weird. Famous, not famous. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. All right, Trigger Crazy. Well, you let me know. You let me know when you go out there. I'll get you on the live.
God bless Canada! Canada, we love you!
Carrie, you think Trump watches? He might. He might. He had Lil Pump on stage. I'm sure we're not that bad. I still can't believe he brought Lil Pump out on that one rally. He was trying to get some brownie points with the younger people.
You know,
A reminder for all those in the convoy, put your forelegs on. Baby.
Nicotine Sun. I don't think the shelves are empty because of lazy stockers, but that definitely is a real thing. I know a lot of people work at Walmart. I don't know. It's hard to do a poll because I have to provide all the answers. We got to figure out a way to make the poll a little bit more interactive. Maybe I'll do a poll with no answers and you guys can just answer in the chat. That's the deal. It's not hard to come up with a question to ask everyone. It's writing all the answers when you can only have 4 and they can only be within 60 characters. That's what makes it difficult. Homeless. Yeah, I've noticed that a big percentage of Canada is like unprocessed land or whatever, and it goes all the way up to like the North Pole. Canada's got polar bears. Oh, Callahan, we've been here in Michigan. We've been in a winter weather advisory for like almost 2 weeks. Every day we get somewhere between 2 and 6 inches of snow. I'm not really surprised that the roads are that clear. Lots of money here in the States, well, and that's Canada, goes into keeping the roads clear and stuff like that. It's weird how that works. Like in Texas, they can get like 6 centimeters or millimeters of snow and the whole state shuts down. But then here in Michigan, we get like 11 feet of snow. And they're like, yeah, what do you mean? You got to come into work or you're fired. Like they just, it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, we just passed the really close. We're heading into this year, but yeah, just passed the road.
Mike Maxwell, too cold for crazies? I don't know about that. I think the cold makes everyone here crazy. Bunch of wastelanders living in the wasteland. I don't know, winter's hard, but I couldn't live someplace that's warm. Have spiders the size of your face and stuff like that, little lizards in the grass like you're in a tropical jungle. Florida's like that. I go to Florida every once in a while and I just sit inside. It's like not even a point for me to go to Florida. I can't be out in the heat. Kicks my ass. Yeah, I appreciate you, Carrie. $69 a drummer, I swear. And here in West Michigan, we got a lot of sand, so we get wolf spiders and stuff, and they burrow into the ground. So if you're ever out here and you see a hole in the ground big enough to stick your thumb in, there's a wolf spider living down there, and they're terrible. They're big enough for you to see their eyes. You can hear them land on the desk next to you. They're terrible. I hate them. They will not survive a 9mm round. I'm just gonna say that right now. All right, gotta grab one more beer. USA forever, you got it.
Love you guys!
Kevin, you got bit by a wolf spider in New Brunswick? They leave fang marks in your, well, it's usually in your hands. Normally if people get bit, it's like right here in your hand, because you'll go to like swipe it off you and it nails you. But like small tarantulas. Newton VS, you are correct. What's up, Run America? Man, so I know if them spiders are gonna come kill me. It's really weird. It'll be like me and the guys standing around at a barbecue and we're all drinking beer and talking crap, and I'm like searching the ground for big old holes because them spiders will come get you and carry you off, do bad stuff to you. Cheers, hooligans. What's up, Kendall? Yeah, O'Callahan, it's like that here too. Money put in all the wrong places. John Costello, that stuff is true. That's a true story. Them wolf spiders are not scared of you. You know what they tell you when you're a kid? They're like, oh, it's just a spider. They're more scared of you than you are of it. No, not wolf spiders. You walk up to a wolf spider like it owes you money, and it's going to beat you down like a bouncer from Detroit. That's the way they are. Wolf spiders are, they're not scared of you at all.
Guys, on please.
Kathy, you went and picked up some Bud Light. Well, all right. Thanks for joining me on the Bud Light trail here. Oh, Kevin, it caught you in action. Yeah, they'll fist fight you. That's how it goes. And then it hurts. Getting bit by a spider hurts, or a wolf spider at least. Does not feel good. Mike D, spiders crawl in your mouth when you're sleeping. Yep. I'm trying to think, what is it? Like the average American swallows like 7 to 11 spiders every year. On average. Not a wolf spider though, you would choke to death and die, and that's what she said. But yeah, them wolf spiders are big. The face on the $20 bill, that's about how big they are. Sure, crazy, you missed it. There is a Canadian Corinne. After this live's over, you'll have to rewind it back. We found the Canadian Corinne, and we just knew that you would love her. I mean, we were talking about the whole time, you missed it. You'll have to run it back. Freddie, you got a Corona beer? Well, do you got the jab for that? You might not be okay to drink it. 69 a drummer. Give the spiders the old Rittenhouse. One in the crotch and one in the chest. Hit him with the pew pew. Give him the two-piece, like the Kenosha Kid. You guys are cracking me up.
We're all spread out, man. Some guys are in Whitby, some of us are at Simcoe Street. There's people behind us. It's slow roll, baby. Just jump on and kettle on.
Newton, yeah. Camel spiders in Iraq. It's weird because you'll see images where they show them like the size of like giant crabs and stuff. But if you like actually Google it and look into it, they're about the size of your hand. I would not want to deal with a camel spider though. I'm not sure if they're poisonous in any way, but definitely wouldn't want to play with one. Jersey Devil, you don't like slugs? I think I've only seen a slug like twice in my life. Do they actually hurt anything? Do slugs actually cause problems?
I saw you guys from the other side, all the way from Owenville.
Kevin, that's like such a disturbing sentence you just wrote. If you go outside at night and you see little lights shining in the grass, it's spider eyes. Don't be spreading that kind of negative energy around here. Can't even see the grass. I gotta worry about the spiders in the grass underneath the 6 feet of snow outside. Good lord. Anxiety through the roof.
You guys got some weather past Port Hope, but I think you guys are only going to Port Hope for tonight, right?
Sabrina, do wolf spiders jump? No, they shoot first and ask questions later. No, I don't know if they jump. They're terrible. They're terrible creatures. They don't spin webs. They don't have like web nests or anything. They dig holes in the ground. They hunt for their food, and they'll come beat you up like you owe them money. They're not playing around. Wolf spiders are terrible. I don't know why God did that to us. It's one challenge to overcome. Kendall, you were watching a live stream 3 hours ago. Had nearly 50K people on it. I believe it. I seen a live stream on Twitch that had 55,000 people watch this kid play Grand Theft Auto. I thought that was crazy. The most we've ever had in the chat is 22,000. We were watching the Magamilia March, but it was nighttime. Proud Boys were out there getting it. Pleb Media, I think they were just starting out. We were covering them. And they were saying that we doubled their subscriber list and stuff while we were covering them. The hooligans went over there and showed them some love. But yeah, we had 22,000 people in the chat, and it was very difficult to control all of that. You couldn't read anything. Couldn't read nothing was going on. O'Callahan, them wolf spiders, they're not dangerous. It's just they're not fun. It's not fun to have a spider the size of a mouse run up on you while you're like doing laundry or making food, and they just run up on you like they own the house, like they pay rent. It's not good.
Anyone wanting to contact them, let me put in the chat here a sample letter that you can send your local MP and let's make sure that they
Jeff Donhauser, don't say that. I have a hard time being stuck with the Korean that you guys stuck me with, and now we found the Canadian one. It's like Pokemon, you gotta catch them all. Newton, you had to call an exterminator for scorpions in your old house? That would be rough. I've never even seen a scorpion. That's like the only thing worse than a spider. It's a scorpion. I don't know. This live stream's getting weird. The real Zooch. We're not going to be there yet until Saturday. The whole convoy or whatever, they're supposed to meet at the destination in Ottawa by Saturday.
guys, for the GTA area, what is the
I agree, Kevin. Wasps and hornets and stuff, they serve no purpose. They're just a bunch of a-holes for no reason.
even seems pretty empty?
Some of your guys' names I just cannot say out loud. Research. Is Canadian Karen the same Karen that was accusing Americans of coming up there to insurrect Trudeau? I'm not sure. This could definitely be the first time we had Canada on the live stream. I usually don't cover anything that's outside of America just because we have enough of our own problems. Don't really want to stress people out worrying about other people's problems. This is really relevant to us, though. If the jab has done anything, it's brought us all together, and so this is very relevant. So I don't know about the Canadian female that you're talking about. Slugs eat gardens. I don't know anything about slugs. I think we got slugs here in Michigan. I just must not be in the right places. No, sure crazy. She was standing on an overpass, but she was very Corinne-like. Jeff Downhauser, you have to feed them beer to go away. I don't know, usually when you feed things beer, they stick around. Never gave anything a beer to go away. Gray wool, you don't like snakes? You don't like snakes or rats? I ain't scared of rats. I grew up in a real tough household. Real tough. Me and my siblings used to fight a lot, fist fighting and stuff. And my stepdad and my brother and all that stuff. Everybody's always acting real tough. I remember one day we had a mouse in the house. It was summertime. We had the doors open. The power went out or whatever. We had to have all the windows open so we didn't sweat to death and die. Somehow a mouse got in the house. Didn't think nothing, like we didn't know. Later on that night, power comes on. We cut the lights on. We're watching TV, sitting in the living room. A little mouse pops out from underneath the couch. Grown men standing up on the couch, screaming, hollering. Someone come save them. Tough people ain't as tough as you think. I'm not scared of mice or snakes or rats or any of that. I ain't even scared of spiders. They're gross. And I don't want them in my mouth. I appreciate you, Chase. Snow possum, you got 5 poisonous snakes? What, you got them like guard dogs? What are you gonna do with poisonous snakes? You just chancing death, huh? You gotta live on the wild side. Newton VS, Airsoft takes care of rodents. I don't have Airsoft. I got a lot of 22 rounds to spare though. Newton VS, are you connected to the other Newton? Because every time one of you shows up, the other one shows up. I think you guys are in cahoots.
Trying to catch up to the tail end of the convoy. I know they're kind of going through the GTA area now.
Kit Kat, you're going to be streaming in Ottawa on Saturday. Send me an email or hit me up on Discord so we can connect, and I'll get you on the live on Saturday. Sage Pup, don't you say that, okay? Spider lives, they don't matter. Okay, they don't matter. Don't be on the wrong side of history now, Sage Pup. Them spider lives, they don't matter.
The convoy stopping tonight for dinner. Is it important?
I was on the other channel and they were saying there's stops at Kingston and Napanee for dinner.
John Costello, jumping spiders, the little black and white striped spiders, they get, I don't want to say they get real big, but they get kind of big here, size of your thumb. I've never been bit by one. It's the wolf spiders. I don't care about no other spiders. The wolf spiders and those brown recluse. I don't know if you guys have brown recluse spiders, but up here they make your flesh rot away. You get hit by a brown recluse, you might as well call Fauci and tell him we got something worse than the plague. A brown recluse will get you. Julie, the size of a wolf spider, like its body and everything, is about the size of a face on a $20 bill. Big enough to hold in your hand like a, I don't know, size of a golf ball. Sure, crazy. If you found another Corinne, you go ahead and you keep her to yourself. You don't need to pull her out and let us know that you caught another one. Okay, you keep that one to yourself. You guys are killing me. My chat, or my my chat box just refreshed. I'm scrolling up reading everything you guys are saying. John Costello, jumping spiders make great pets. Why would you say that? Freddie, Biden lives matter. I can't even say anything against that because it'd be like terrible, but oh, Heather, I heard Corinne has crabs. It's terrible. It's terrible.
How fast are you guys heading? I'm in Toronto. I just want to see how long.
Soapbox Luke, robot lives matter. You say that now. You say that now. You give Elon a second. We're going to have super soldiers anytime now. I appreciate you, Freedom Matters. I appreciate you, Newton. John. Yeah, I think we have the same brown recluse spiders. They're terrible. They're terrible. Sure, crazy. Snow snakes lives matter. Is that a real thing? You're just making up new terrible creatures. Snow snakes. Is that like a snow bunny? You just, you know what? You just cut that out right now. No scopes. Did you know that Alberta, Canada has 0 rats? I mean, I don't think we got rats here in Michigan. We got mice. We don't have rats. Why does Alberta not have rats? Sure, crazy. You know it too? What is this, like Canadian knowledge? You guys got like a cool story to go along with it? Thank you so much to Real Zooch for your donation and your support. I really appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
That's not where he needs to be.
Snow Possum, you can go ahead and you don't have to post the spider pics in the Discord. Thank you. We're gonna end up with a spider tab by the end of this.
These dodges, all that stuff, just with all their flags.
O'Callahan, I tried to tell you. I tried to give you a description so you didn't have to Google it. You did that to yourself.
Thank you.
That guy you're talking about is probably at home hiding under his bed right now.
Kevin, that sounds terrible, and I will do my best to not Google what that looks like.
Yeah, last I heard, he got COVID and he's sitting at home doing nothing. Yeah, he's isolating, hiding. Under his bed, shivering.
John Costello, Alberta, Canada actually declared a war on rats. Well, that's something. Let me tell you, that's something. Were they unjabbed? Did they have the jab? They probably survived if they had the jab. Couldn't get rid of them. The rats just said they were staying. That's all there is to it. Oh, Callahan, the only spider we're saving is Spider-Man. Which one? There's like 3 of them now. Didn't you see what Hollywood did? Trigger crazy, Google Blue Waffle. That is hilarious. I actually said that to someone the other day, and they couldn't find what I was talking about, so I Googled it, I couldn't find it either. So you might as well just give up on the blue waffle stuff. You're just telling everyone how old you are. It would have been really cool and funny 10 years ago, but not anymore. Beware of the red ball Psaki spider. Robert, I think you're onto something. $5,000 fine if you're caught with a pet rat. That's crazy, Newton. No, John Costello, I am not going to Google that. You know, I had a friend when I worked at the factory. His name was Joe. Joe, if you're watching, big shout out to you. He would always come up during lunch break and, hey, Google this really quick, and just some random phrase you would never think about Googling, and it would be the worst stuff you've ever seen in your life. If you could just delete memories, just almost everything Joe told me to Google, I would just wipe it. I would just wipe it. Terrible things.
A day full of heroes.
You guys are absolute heroes. I'm in Abbotsford, BC, just off the Walker Road exit.
Son, you have to add disease on the end of blue waffle to get it. I couldn't find it. I was just looking it up. Couldn't find it. Oh, Callahan, I can't watch those Spider-Man movies. I watched the first couple and I just gave up. I don't know. Marvel does too much. I can't follow along.
People at the overpass cheering us. We are at Simcoe Street.
Freedom First, I just turned on your smart speaker. I got probably 3 or 4 of them within an earshot. We'll see. Hey, Google. Oh, I just triggered mine. Did I trigger any of yours? John Costello, 1 guy, 1 jar, 2 girls, 1 cup. We're bringing up the old stuff. You guys are just showing how old we are. Lion, do not say that stuff. Do not say that stuff.
We've just been seeing little bits and pieces of it. No long stretch yet, right?
All right, let's get away from Googling stuff. You guys are writing all the terrible stuff in here.
Where's the lead truck on right now?
All right, Susie Q, I will try and find it.
There is probably 400 people on the Bridget Road overpass. Way to go, guys. Has the main convoy backed Osprey yet? You guys!
Susie Q, I have it pulled up, but it's not much different than what we're watching now. I have it on another tab. Thank you for letting me know. I'll make sure to follow them and stuff.
Rope's packed. What do you guys do?
What's up, Kilgore?
That picture, that's Jaden, and he raised, was it $1,200 in gift cards, and I believe. He's terminally ill. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, that's what they were saying in the other channel there. Not the main one, the second one.
No Scopes, if you got her number, you keep it, okay? You go ahead. You're gonna have to take one for the team there.
1,800 gift cards. I don't know what the denominations are. Donated from businesses.
O'Callahan, no. I will never have dreads again. I would love to have dreads, but my genes have decided otherwise. I'm a little bit too thin up here on the top to have dreads. Unfortunately, I loved them and I made the most of it. There's nothing I can do about it now.
Channel, I keep hearing people talk about it. What is it? How do I get on it?
Alright, Kevin, I'll check it out.
It's Convoy to Ottawa. The main channel, it's only moderators that can talk. You can listen in, but we're trying to keep it clear for all the leaders to talk.
Williams, you got dreadlocks? That's cool. You take care of them? Or you got like free-forming dreads? Sure, crazy. Get a weave. Get a life. Get out of here. Get a weave. Not getting no weave. I'm gonna glue some tracks in and stuff, get them all dreaded. Nah, I'm alright. John Costello. I actually had people, well, I had a friend of mine print a picture of Joe Dirt with his dreads at the end of the movie and come hand it to me while I was at work. I was actually having a really bad day and it made a big difference. As funny as that sounds.
You also have Convoy that's only for moderators.
Kit Kat. I think everybody was sad when I cut my hair. I knew it was coming though. And then I had like heat exhaustion and all this other stuff. I was like, nah, cut it off.
Yes, doing amazing.
Hydrodynamic grow a skullet. I'm working on it. Get some. Get a fro. I had a fro when I was younger. I had a little curly afro and I had blonde highlights in it. I was styling. Yeah, O'Callahan, I've thought about mohawking it. We'll see how it goes. Sure, Crazy, you see me with my curly afro? It's been a long live stream. We're almost at 2 years. In May, it'll be 2 years we've been live streaming almost every day. It's hard to remember all the things we've talked about and seen. What's up, Danny? Some girl, you thought it was awesome when I cut my dreads off? There was a lot of people that felt that way. Faded operator, I always had my shirt off because it was hot as hell in my house all the time. Now I'm freezing to death. The other day I was wearing a hoodie during the live.
Last vehicle to be released when they opened the highway again because they were backing all the traffic out from behind the accident.
Hello, truck drivers.
Yeah, John Costello. I don't know. I think having dreads is what brought a lot of people to the live. And a lot of people did think I was Antifa. But I'm none of that stuff. I'm just a regular person out here covering the news. That's what makes our perspective different. Being balanced. Not having a side to hold on to and be biased for. Hydrodynamic Gorilla Glue it. I do. I got my dreads. I got my dreads from the last round and the round before. I got like 80 something dreadlocks sitting in a freezer bag right now. For no reason, like a serial killer. I feel like Dexter.
Freedom Convoy 2022, they're using words like
Yeah, I appreciate you get some. And I appreciate you too, Indigo. Some girl, a lot of people felt that way. When I had dreadlocks before, I had a lot of people come up and say, "You'll grow up one day." And then I cut them off and they all came back to let me know, to remind me that I'm growing up. And then like 3 years later, I grew dreadlocks again. I can't help it. I'm just a big disappointment. It's all right. True story, Sage Pup. I was actually just talking about all the original hooligans that are still around. There's actually a lot of viewers in the chat that have been around since the very beginning. And I think it's interesting how many viewers don't realize, like, I know their name, like I can rattle their name off by heart and things we've talked about and all that stuff. I know a lot of you hooligans a lot better than you think I do. Hey, I appreciate you, crush this. What'd they do? Mute us? Man, a Gorilla Glue is dangerous. I agree. I agree. Mike D, I'm not necessarily a Trump supporter. I just, I don't like anything against America, and everything else kind of, by default, removed itself. So I'm not necessarily a Trump supporter. I just believe in what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. And if you're against America, then you should go and delete yourself. And that's just how I feel. That's how I run things. Kevin, what makes you think I have my bag of dreads in the freezer? What if they get cold? They don't have mouths. They can't tell me they're cold. They're actually sitting like 8 feet from me. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. I can't let them go. Is that normal to keep your hair in the freezer? I'm seeing a lot of comments about that. Sage Pup, try a mohawk. We'll see. We'll see. Trick Crazy, you're a bigot too, okay? You're a bigot too. You didn't even have dreadlocks and you were a bigot. It's a hard day. It's a hard day. You're just a Canadian bigot, so you think you're better than us. You silly bigot. Hydrodynamic. I don't even know how to say this. Am I a Fed? Do I look like a Fed? Do I seem Fed-like? I don't have a compliance cloth on my face, so maybe Corinne would say I'm federally. No. Yeah, man, absolutely. Anybody that donates $500, you absolutely will be sent an authentic Jeff Mack dreadlock right off my crown here. Hey, I appreciate you, Lion. Faded Operator, you know it. You know people out here making babies to our riots and live streams. Why not? It was a hard pandemic. Kevin, you racist against fuzzy popsicles? Come on, Kevin, don't tell my secrets. I appreciate you, O'Callahan. O'Callahan, I think you've been a hooligan longer than you think. You think you've been a hooligan for 9 months, but that hot pink badge says it's been 12 months. Crush this. I think Saturday is gonna be super busy between the convoy in Canada and the Trump rally. I think we're gonna be really busy, and who knows, we might come across protests or anything like that along the way. We're probably gonna be live almost all day Saturday. We'll see how it goes.
Fireworks, fireworks. Fireworks.
Hydrodynamic, that's so thoughtful. You gotta jump to the top of the hooligan list doing stuff like that. Catherine, how do I get a red Truck You Trudeau hat? I bet you could order one and have it sent to you. Maybe we'll make some like pro Canada shirts. I'm trying to think. There's a lot of Canadian hooligans.
And the UPS guy, did they federally mandate you guys to get the shots?
I'm not sure how to say your name. Joe, possibly. If you think of a poll, we'll put one up.
Actual federal law. They can't force us to do anything. And so a lot of us are on edge. We got about 15 to 20% of our driver force here in Ottawa, at least, that are not vaccinated and will not get vaccinated.
Sure, Chris, you have a Fuck Trudeau flag. It must be popping. The Canadian Corinne, I think she had one behind her. She was talking about it. What's up, Stacy? Thank you so much, Crush This, for your donation and your support. I really appreciate you. Thank you for being here. We will definitely be live over the weekend. I mean, I don't know about Sunday, but Saturday, I'm thinking so. Julie, I think that was Corinne hitchhiking. Lion, do a poll on how much would people pay for an old dreadlock. The problem is I have to provide the answers. I gotta provide multiple choice. That's what messes it all up. M rank bag of pubes. No, you gotta pay extra for that. The $500 ain't. You're just getting a dreadlock for that. Yeah. Greatest journey. You must be new here.
Somebody just clarify, is it Delta Bravo or Delta Vegas production?
I wonder if he's starting to run out of signal here. I had other live streams up, but they're all ended now. Debacles, that's a true story. That's why I hold on to them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Saturday is going to be busy because not only are we going to have feeds from the convoy like we're watching, but like I had mentioned earlier, I want to say Washington State has a rally to support this event. So we'll be covering that as well. And then we have a Trump rally later on in the evening. Hydrodynamic, you're thinking about getting a fish choker tattoo? I was trying to get the "You're a bum, bro" fish choker soundbite, but I can't find a video of him being on the stand that's shorter than like 3 hours. And I don't want to have to dig through 3 hours of audio to cut that soundbite. That's the only reason we don't have it. Kosher Squid, you're thinking about heading out to Ottawa this Saturday? It's gonna be busy. $999. I will check it out. There's a couple other channels that are playing the CB radio and stuff. Green ozone. I agree. I feel the same.
Thank you so much to EP Productions for this live.
Glock Lesnar. You out here following Corinne? You guys love Corinne. Good lord.
Can anybody hear me on this? Just checking to see if my app is working.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. Perfect, thank you. I'm so proud to be a part of this. I can't wait to see you all in Ottawa.
Thank you, truckers in Hamilton.
So what's the deal, guys? We're just going to here. Are we stopping at Fort Hope? Are we going to Kingston? What's everyone's thoughts here?
Bro, for us, when are you gonna come to Kingston, bro? Where are you?
I gotta pee. I think I'm ahead of you, man. Where are you guys going? Are you stopping off at Fort Hope or are we going straight to Kingston?
Jeb, Corinne behind an 18-wheeler scares me. Yeah, she's enough on 2 feet. All right, guys. Well, it's 5 o'clock. I think what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this up. I need to get some food. I haven't ate at all today, and I'm sitting here drinking beer and stuff. So I'm going to grab some food, and then I'll see what's going on a little bit later. I don't know if there's still be convoy stuff going on or not, but maybe we'll find protesting or some sort of action like that. Otherwise, we will definitely be live tomorrow for more lying and crying from the White House and anything else we can find going on. I'm trying to figure out ways to go live more often. We used to go live all the time, but without the world burning, we just don't have that many things to cover. So I'm trying to figure out how to fill the gaps because I like hanging out with all you hooligans. But what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this up so I can go get some food. I appreciate all of you. Big shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership program, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate you guys more than you know. If you haven't joined the Discord, please join the Discord. It is the best way to be notified for when and where we go live. It's also the best way to stay connected. We have a news board, constantly being up to date with stuff going on across the world. There's 3,700 hooligans for you to hang out with and talk to. I'm debating on whether or not we're going to open a tab for this convoy to try and get more links and stuff put in there. We'll see how that goes, but definitely join the Discord. I appreciate you guys, and maybe I'll see you later. If I don't see you later today, I will definitely see you tomorrow for whatever we can find. I appreciate you more than you know. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright. That's a wrap.
Signing up for yourself and everybody else. Thank you so much. Anybody? Anybody got any videos of the convoy coming in through Fort Oakland yet?